Dude, I am so excited to get to talk to you about this band. That band, Story
No.
of the Year. You showed me that they had a new album out, or maybe like what, two years ago, and I didn't know that they were still making music. And then lo and behold, now they came out with a new album just this year.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. I am ready to talk about it because let me tell you something, Justin. I'm a fan, dude.
I think I would consider them, as far as all the bands I've heard, to be one of the most consistent by far.
Dude, I would absolutely agree with that. This solves a riddle of mine, okay? And you know how like all these bands came out with music from the year 2005, right? And it was that great kind of post-punk, hardcore kind of sound mixed with kind of metal. And then somewhere around 2008, they all abandoned it. Story of the Year is what if they didn't and they just kept writing the same type of music, just with better recording, a little bit more instrument, like a little better at doing all of it.
Yeah.
It's so good, dude.
I mean, it is. It's like even this newest record, which we'll talk about soon, but I honestly don't think they really have a bad record, like at all.
Yeah.
And there's 7 of them, which is crazy. I mean, that doesn't happen very often, but I don't know.
They go to
It's solid. I've been sleeping, man.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
me too. They go together. I threw all of the albums into one single playlist, and if it wasn't for the fact that I knew what the first song of each record was, it just flows. Sure, the quality gets a little bit better, but I mean, you're right. It is so consistent, and it's so consistently good.
Hell of a songwriter.
Yeah, you could have maybe a song or two that you just don't care for, but it's not bad.
Right.
Like these are
No.
these are like solid 8 out of 10 songs. Pretty much all of them. In that same vein, does it get a little formulaic?
A little bit, but it works.
It does.
Like, I don't know.
Cuz it's good. It's a good formula.
I mean, you get a little something different with each record, which I could appreciate. And they took some chances here and there with some stuff. And
Right.
a lot of, I mean, each record has like that type of song, you know what I mean? Like they all have they have a type of song that they wrote and they did it on every record. And then they like kind of,
Right.
I don't know.
Well, each record has a slower acoustic song. Each record has a ballad. Each one has like a song that starts off with a delay picky guitar that then gets heavy. Every single one. It's like I said, but they know it and they know it well. And I don't know. I was looking at the numbers on Spotify. I mean, sure, their big hits are big. Like they got some big numbers, but they're really consistent from album to album. Like you're typically looking at like
Really?
in the millions for each one. Now they're not, super big. It seems like once they did Page Avenue and they got their 2 big hits, Anthem of a Dying Day and Until the Day I Die, after that, they just never really rose to the commercial. You know that they're the supporting act for Linkin Park in 2004 on Linkin Park's stage,
Nice.
like stadium tour. Like that Page Avenue made them huge.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just never really got into this, but like I knew those songs obviously, but
Yeah.
beyond that, I mean, yeah, dude, it's. I feel like they should be bigger than they are.
Yes.
Like they're still pretty big, but like, you know what I mean?
The more I was listening to them, the more surprised I was that you weren't as familiar with them, especially considering that like these first couple albums feel very Thrice-y to me. Like a not as proggy Thrice, but like like even the vocal styling feels very Kinsruian, right? I'm gonna make that word.
Yeah, even it's like Page Avenue, man. Like I feel like they used the exact same drum set on this album that they did like the used first album, which was the year before it. Like it sounds so similar. And I feel like
you want to know why? I'm pretty sure
'cause it was.
that they used the same producer, which was, guess who? The lead singer of Goldfinger produced their Page Avenue.
Okay.
So
Yeah, dude, it could have been like they left the exact same setup from the used recording and they just popped in there. Like it sounds so similar. I listened to that record earlier this week too, I was like, yeah, it's crazy.
yeah.
But
What a small world. pays to live in California during this time.
Right.
Well, hey man, let's dive into it. I'm excited to rank every single one of not every single one, but all of their major albums, story of the year, and of course
Studio albums.
We're gonna start from their latest release, the one that they just did, and work ourselves backwards in time. And that way we can still talk about how the influence of the albums kind of lead into it. So without further ado, let us take a look at Arson.
What is it? All Rage, Still Only Numb. Is that what it stands for?
All Rage, Still Only Numb. I mean, that's in like the title of Gasoline, so that makes sense.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't have the track list pulled up, but yeah.
So Arson, newest release, 2026. Man, it came out just a couple weeks ago.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Valentine's Day. Man, give me your general thoughts. I'm eager to hear it.
Solid album for sure. I mean, definitely a little more modern, a little more polished. I feel like might be the poppiest album out of the collection.
It's pretty poppy.
Gasoline, Disconnected were the two of the main singles, and they're bangers.
They're good. Those are definitely my favorites from this album.
Yeah, and I understand why they released those as the singles.
Yeah.
I like Into the Dark. I thought that one was cool. I just think it's solid. You know, I won't say it's my favorite. I'll spoil that, but
I'll give that to you.
I do enjoy it.
Here, I'm gonna go ahead and throw us up. Man,
Yeah, we'll throw it up there.
just because it obviously gets the default one slot because it's the very first one. How do I feel about it? I listened to the whole catalog today, and one thing that really stuck out to me about this album, now it's very fresh, and I have to admit that freshness sometimes, like hearing a song that you've heard 30 times just means more to you than the songs that you've only heard 2 or 3 times, which is how many times I've listened to this. Gasoline's great. Disconnected's really good. Other than that, there's almost a little too genericness to this. I don't know. I found myself almost, especially because I really liked Tear Me to Pieces, the album before this one.
Yeah.
Because the thing I was really feeling like I lacked with Arson was like a standout, like really, really catchy tune that just like that I just had to listen to over and over again. This one never had a song that I felt like I needed to just listen to over and over again. They were all good and they are all very solid, but they almost are like all filler tracks to me that you would have had in previous albums. That song that's like, it's there, it's good, but I could skip, you know? But that's on 2 or 3 listens, you know?
Yeah, and you know, I was hopeful because, you know, Gasoline kind of rips with the riffage. Disconnected has some cool parts too. And I was like getting excited because I wanted to do like a best riffs from this album, but it's not very riffy and it kind of disappointed me like in that end. Like it's got some cool stuff here and there, but compared to obviously the earlier ones, man, like it's kind of generic-y poppy, but it's good.
Yeah. I will
enjoy it.
I will say this as one of the things that I think will be a theme with my ranking is the more that they let the guitars shine in the songs, the more I find myself enjoying the songs. And I don't know if that's just because I'm a guitar player, but I definitely find some of their songs that are lacking guitar, like a noticeable like guitar riff, seem to just kind of they're just a pop song, you know, as opposed to being like a rock song, you know.
Right.
But
no, I agree.
I think obviously it falls into the default spot, but I think we're gonna see where all the other ones kind of hit. So Justin, let's take a look at the next album going back just a couple years ago in Tear Me to Pieces.
Well, I already know how you feel about this one.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I remember the day you showed it to me, or you told me to listen to it, and I was like, story of the year, really? I didn't know that they were still putting out music. And granted, it had been, another like 5-ish years, or 5 or 6 years from the album before this one. This was like the refreshment I needed, you know? This was a cool glass of water. especially out of what we were talking about, where all these bands from back in the day just modernized their sound to the point that they're unrecognizable. And then to have this, which was just like, dude, I stepped back into high school. I really did.
Right.
And I wish this album came out in high school. I think this would have been the sophomore album that they were looking for. I think it's fantastic. There's not a bad song on here. And even the song like 2005 is like a throwback to just like, I mean, yeah, you want to go back.
But that's a special year for me, man. So I get it.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately when I graduated high school, but I can already say I do like it more than Arson.
Sure. Yeah.
It's riffier, and this is like, I feel like this might be one of their, when they started really getting into the lower tunings. I can't remember if Wolves had like low tunings, but I don't know. Either way, dude, it's a lot of these songs. I listened to this most recently on my way home, and they've been stuck in my head all night. It's a great one.
This is one of those records where every song just complements the other, and it just feels so like before you know it, the album's over. Like it's like I said, it's a cool glass of water on a hot day. It goes down so easily. I think this one's quite a contender for me. I really, really like this album.
Yeah.
It's gonna go higher up than Arson, but I mean, you got to think like coming back out pretty much out of these really long hiatuses and to come out with something like this. I mean, I think this is just phenomenal. Great album.
Yeah.
If you're sleeping on it, do yourself a favor. It's fantastic. Also, one of the best sounding records of this genre that you're going to hear.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Obviously,
Agreed.
glowing reviews for that one. But now let's go back to one that I think is a little divisive. As divisive as it can be, because it's still really good. But let's talk about Wolves. All right, bud.
Well, I'll let you lead this one.
Oof.
You got. I mean,
okay. I really dig this album. I dig it because it is trying to do something different, right? Now,
I do respect that.
This was a crowd-funded record, right? And it's coming.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a crowd-funded
That's cool.
record. It got funded, I want to say, within like 3 days of it going up for crowdfunding. So this is obviously something that people were hungry for to kind of get to. Yeah, and it's 7 years since their previous record, if you don't count the acoustic version of Page Avenue.
Yeah.
Which we're not going over. Obviously, it's just the same songs, but with piano being the main thing. But so it's been 7 years, and this to me, I remember saying this with Linkin Park when we were going over their albums, and they had that one album that felt like it was really of its era, and this feels like a very 2017 version of Story of the Year, which I think kind of knocks it down a little bit for me. But I think some of these songs are so good. You know, like it's so hard.
Yeah.
Like, how do you say bad things about an album you like when I think everything on here is very valid, but is it really Story of the Year? I think they almost went a little too into the like pop genre. That's my personal opinion. What about you?
A little bit. No, yeah, it's, again, I do appreciate them experimenting and getting a little 80s here and there. And I do agree. Like, I mean, are there some skippable tracks? Sure. But, I mean, it's got some bangers. And unfortunately, like, I've probably spent the least amount of time with this one. So, like, I don't recall, even just looking at the track list, I'm trying to remember what song. It was either A Part of Me or Give Up My Heart that I really liked. One of my patrons had me learn like the intro to Miracle, so like that was like my introduction to this album.
Right.
I like that song too. It's catchy.
That's probably their biggest song off this record.
I do think I would pick this currently over Arson. I do think I like it more than Arson, but not as much as Tear Me to Pieces.
Yeah,
like maybe that's a recency thing. Like it's still kind of, you know, they're both technically still growing on me. But
yeah. I'm right there with you. I'm also going to put this above Arson. And again, This album gets bonus points from me, even though it's also the negative part for me. Is it's doing something different? I think I like, dude.
Yeah.
I can vibe with the '80s kind of added vibes that this album kind of has.
Yeah.
What is this missing to me is just the time. It's just missing more time. Me having more time with it. But if you were to ask me, do I want to listen to a Story of the Year album? Which one would it be? This isn't going to be the first one I say. You know what I mean? Like, I think it is separated, but I think it's still worth such a listen. You know, I think they do some really cool stuff. There's some cool guitar features in it too, which I think is really kind of nice. Like Youth being like that, like Cliffs of Dover-y guitar solo that's just kind of like randomly in there, but it leads perfectly into like the synth kind of thing.
Yeah.
This album could be heavier. It could be a little more raw sounding, but it sounds like really produced. And I think this was an album, especially 7 years later, this was probably a lot of songs that they were working on and that they wanted to release. This seems like an album the band really wanted.
Yeah, and it almost goes like on the topic of Linkin Park too, like with, One More Light to From Zero.
Yeah.
Like I know, they didn't have Chester for that, but they I think they were like, we should probably do some heavier stuff, and that's what you get with Tear Me to Pieces. Is maybe, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Same kind of time frame, but they were just like, maybe we got to go heavy again. It's a solid record.
It pays off. Tear Me to Pieces is great. It is a solid record. I mean, we are literally, this beats a whole lot of bands' best records. There's a lot of bands that I really like, and all these records beat their best records. So, I can't say enough good stuff about it. But now we're going to go back 7 more years, Justin, and now we're going to get into kind of their original lineup of records, and we are going to be taking a look next at The Constant.
Yeah, this is I don't know. Like, I feel like I need more time with it, but I do really enjoy this. Like, I enjoy all the records, but I mean, like,
yeah,
I don't know. Give me something.
Yeah,
I gotta know. Like,
so I'm with you, man. So my initial run with Story of the Year kind of started with the album before this one, Black Swan. Unfortunately, and I don't know if this also happened just culturally, but I think the scene, if you will, was moving on. Like this kind of sound wasn't as popular. I was in my life, I was looking for something different musically around 2010, whether it was just something not as just like rocky, maybe like folk became, not folk, but like that folk rock sound became pretty big. Americana. And so I know like I dipped my toes into that. So this album totally went under my radar. Like I just wasn't, I wasn't looking for this. Yeah. That being said, dude, there's a lot of really good songs here. There's a bit of filler though. I definitely found myself like, I mean, the numbers on this record, as far as like streams and stuff, seems pretty consistent with what they've been doing. So I know that definitely the fans of Story of the Year responded to this record. I think I just missed the boat with this band because there's nothing wrong on this album. The Ghost of You and I is really good. 10 Years Down, Time Goes On. Like, I mean, like all these songs are catchy in their own right. It's formulaic.
Yeah.
I just think the problem with this one, the same thing that I have with Arson, is like nothing really quite stuck out to me as being like the song I had to keep going back to. So it falls really into that, like, it's good and it's there. It's not going to be the first thing I put on. You know what I mean?
I feel like I'm getting there though. Like I keep wanting to go back to this one because I know I really like some of the songs.
Yeah.
And I cannot tell you how any of them go right now because that's how like I'm like, dude, it's playing right now. So I know I really enjoyed it, but it's just, we've only had a couple weeks.
Yeah. This feels like one of the albums that I would pick my favorite like 5 songs on. and just go with that. You know what I mean? Like I would pick, like, there are songs on here that go on the mixtape. There are. Like I said, The Ghost of You and I is, and again, The Ghost of You and I is that like pretty plinky guitar intro that ends up getting heavier.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I just, like you said, like, what's the standout track? Like, what's the one that I'm like, you know, like, that's the single for me, you know? Where does it live? Man, I think I would go over Wolves, but less than Tear Me to Pieces. Yeah, same.
I think I'm gonna, like, I had it above Tear Me to Pieces, man, but I know more songs on Tear Me to Pieces.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where was I in that moment? Because it, you know, and I'm just like, why? But I think I need to go same, man. I think I need to put it below Tear Me to Pieces. Because I would pick it over Wolves.
Yeah, here's my thought process on it. Is I think it feels weird to give Tear Me to Pieces such high regards because it's so new.
Yeah.
But I think just writing wise, like, it is just a better album.
It's great.
It's so good, and it's one of those that's like, they just hit it. You know, it's rare that a band comes back, nearly 20 years from their debut record, right? Page Avenue came out in 2003.
Yeah.
20 years later to do an album that I think it's just as good, honestly. Tear Me to Pieces is fantastic. If Tear Me to Pieces came out in 2005 or 2004, I think they would have been they probably would have had a little more commercial success.
I mean, they took a lot of gaps in between albums, but
yeah.
I don't know.
I sincerely think, to me, there's not a bad song on The Constant. It's just something about it just doesn't stick with me. You know, it ain't like mashed taters on the gut. You know, there's something about it that just kind of is. You take it, you like it, and
I know, like, this is definitely the one out of the bunch that I want more time with. Like, it'll probably be, you know, I'm good on Story of the Year for a minute, but when I do go back, it'll probably be probably this one to start. But,
yeah. You know what's crazy? I didn't even know this song existed until we sat down to do this, and then I was like,
the album?
Yeah, because I thought it went Black Swan to Wolves, because I knew Wolves existed.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't know that.
I knew nothing about this album.
No. Well, I think now we're getting into like the hot three, right? The first three that they came out with. And of course, we are going to step back just a few years earlier into 2008 with The Black Swan. Banger. Dude.
Banger album.
Fantastic. This was my first Story of the Year album.
Yeah.
You know? I remember the friend that gave me the album to listen to. And I was so into like more like proggy stuff that this kind of, I listened to it and I was like, oh, it's all right, it's cool, whatever. You know, it's a lot more singing than I'm used to. You know, re-listening to this has some just fantastic songs, dude. There is that like twinge of like political like narrative to like, you know, like, hey, do good, be a good person. And then like it has one of my favorite, I think it's Pale Blue Dot.
Oh, yeah.
That just has that like, welcome to our new war. That's the one I'm thinking of. Like where they get almost a little experimental with it. Oh, dude, it's so good. And this is a heavy album too. For as poppy as some of their other albums can be, like this one I think has the just a couple poppy songs and then just some real like just heavy hitters, you know.
It is pretty much a continuation of In the Wake.
Yeah.
That's what I was most excited for, because In the Wake is the one I was most familiar with. So I didn't know anything about this album either.
Right.
I was most stoked when this one came on.
Yeah.
After that. So, I mean, dude, yeah, Wake Up's great. Antidote with the Chance is really cool. I really like the title track.
Oh, yeah.
Black Swan.
Black Swan's great.
Like, some standouts for me, man. I think for me, it goes, I personally like it more, but than Tear Me to Pieces. I just like more riffage.
Yeah. No.
And
dude, is this how this is going to be?
Is this it?
Dude, I'm right there with you, man. Like,
okay.
This is where Tear Me to Pieces is almost too poppy. Tear
Yeah.
Me to Pieces, like I said, is so nostalgic and good. But dude, there's something about this album that makes me feel like they hit like an attitude. Like, yeah, there's some poppy songs, but there are some just like songs. You know what? I don't know.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
that make sense? Like that kind of guttural. Like I forget.
Yeah, I mean-
like Terrified. This is such a good raunchy album for them. Like, and I feel like it's got a lot more production than probably In the Wake. I don't know.
Little bit,
yeah,
yeah.
I like this one. This one feels good. Feels good to listen to.
I'm happy I finally got to.
Yeah.
Or,
Well, man,
it's great.
I think this is the album you've been itching to get to talk about, and I too am ready to talk about. Of course, we're gonna go back just a couple more years and listen to In the Wake of Determination.
I love it. I love it so much, dude. This album is so good. All of it, dude. The riffage, the solos, the chants. His vocals are great. Like, every song is a banger to me. I don't think to me it's a 10 out of 10
Yeah.
album. Like,
Yeah.
it just is, dude. Like, it's so good.
It's fantastic. Is it? Am I good to say that this is right up to the tippy top for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hundo percent,
Believe
dude.
that.
It's Is this the deal breaker?
No, dude,
Okay.
I'm right there with you.
Yes.
Let me give you my thoughts. So number one, I think that first song just coming right on in, right to it. No introduction, no filler, no nothing, just vocals, right to it. And
Yep.
this is the one that when I first heard, I was like, this is Thrice. He's like really channeling the Thrice. His screams right on point. The vocals, the melody, all of that. So to me, I know exactly like, oh, this is going to be your Jim Jam, right? But I mean, this is one of those records that if you just go down the first like 6 tracks, they're just banger. We don't care anymore. Take me back. Our time is now. Taste the poison. I have such a soft spot for these like almost 80s, 70 era-esque like
Dude.
dirty rockin' riffs that's going on. They're so good.
Dude, it's straight up Maiden, dude. Like, Our Time Is Now is just straight up
Yeah.
Maiden song, and then the solos are just laughably so good. And I don't know, Wake Up the Voiceless is such a
Such a
banger.
good song.
And they have easily the best riff downs of any of these albums.
Yeah.
There's so many, and they all hit so hard. It's perfect
Yeah.
album.
I think if you're looking for something that's like it's catchy, but there's like a maturity to it. This is where they get like so much more like dirty, and it's so good.
Right.
I don't know.
Dude, it's like they got so big from their first album, which is insane that they were just like, we're just gonna throw it all to you
Yeah.
now. Like, we want to do what we want to do.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It sounds like.
You know, I love that Our Time Is Now. That like those like, which
Oh,
comes
yeah.
out of nowhere because
It's like almost Seo singing.
yeah, but it comes out of nowhere when right before that was like that dirty like very Maiden-esque, and then
Yeah,
just gets
Maiden.
it's I don't know, it's such a good blend of so many different styles. Last but not least, of course, is probably their biggest album, which was also their first album, 2003's Page Avenue.
Just an unbelievable first album.
Yeah.
Unreal. I hadn't spent as much time as I thought with this. Like, I thought I knew it better, but it was a lot of fun going back, and I did know a lot of these songs.
Yeah, there are more songs on here that I would say on my first time listening to it, there are definitely more songs that I recognized and I didn't realize were Story of the Year, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Until the Day I Die, their biggest song, right? Almost
Obvious.
200 million plays on Spotify as of this recording. So solid. I totally get how this, like, in 2003, this was like, you couldn't miss with this. You know what I mean?
Right.
People were
No,
hungry
it
for
was-
this kind of
yeah.
music. Now, think about this. So they've been playing in a band since 1995. This is their first major label nearly 8 years later. Could you imagine waiting 8
crazy.
years being in a band to then finally release an album that got a major label, like, and then boom,
That is crazy.
you're the next year you're touring with Linkin Park, right?
I think again, like just saying within the wake, like they just like not like a complete 180, but like they got a little aggressive, and I feel like this one was a little more like post-hardcore. I mean, I don't know, like it's just more emo. I guess
Is it more
is the right word?
bubblegummy? Like
Bubblegummy, sure,
it-
but yeah.
there's nothing really offensive. I mean, it's heavy enough where you expect heavy stuff to be. I don't remember the guitars being necessarily like incredible on this album. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're really standoutish,
There's some parts that I was like, oh, like I just didn't realize, like kind of like hard to hear in the mix, but he's kind of ripping. Like,
Are you talking about-
definitely rips more on the next album. I like Swallow the Knife. Divide and Conquer actually included in like I did like a top 20 riffs from 2003, and that song was on there.
Yeah.
Burning Years like almost has like a complete Thursday ripoff, which I'm okay with because you can tell like their influences at the time, like some Thrice, Thursday, Used.
Right.
It's all there. I really enjoyed it. I enjoy this record.
Yeah.
Takes me back.
I enjoyed it too. It takes me back. It's funny how like I never listened to this record, but I knew of Story of the Year. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they were in the conversation, but I never sought them out. Because again, I didn't listen to them until 2008 with the Black Swan. So in the wake of Determination, I didn't really listen to until you had shown me Tear Me to Pieces, to like a year ago, and I was like, I like this. Let me go back, and that's when I listened to Page Avenue, and I was like, oh, there's the song. That's the one that made them,
Yeah.
the household name. But I had never really like sought them out, to my own detriment, because, dude, this is
Right.
such a good band. Like I would have loved it in high school, because I graduated in 2007. In high school, if I had heard, In the Wake and Page Avenue, if that had been in my collection, because I was in that, like, listening to like Red Jumpsuit Apparatus and like Fall of Troy and Circus Survive, and this could have just been another thing that I liked, except for it, I just didn't.
Right.
Was it a marketing
Yeah,
thing
no,
that
it
just missed everybody? I don't know.
Just didn't have the same access back then.
Yeah. MySpace didn't do me right that time. Here's where I think we might
No, it
differ.
didn't.
I actually am going to put
Mhm.
this after Black Swan.
That's where I'm putting it.
No way. Hey, dude,
Hey, look at that.
number one, we lined up. And number two, I think this just means this is the definitive album tier list, right?
There's no other ranking.
There's no other ranking. Man, I wasn't sure. I thought
crazy.
I might put this one above the Black Swan, but then even just talking to you about Black Swan and just being like, oh yeah, there is a maturity to In the Wake and the Black Swan that I really appreciate. I could almost hit me on the right day, and I think I would put Tear Me to Pieces above Page Avenue. I just think Page Avenue hits
I
like
don't know,
a
like-
better, like if you want nostalgia that sounds nostalgia, do Page Avenue. If you want nostalgia that sounds really clean and polished, do Tear Me to Pieces.
It's got great messages in it, man. It's just perfection. They crushed it.
So-
They're still crushing it. Like even Arson is a solid record. It'll definitely be in some form of list I'll make at the end of the year
Yeah.
for my top albums. I'm sure, but I'm excited I know that I'll be jumping more into this discography on the regular. Like I'll be throwing it back on.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good. I will say, because they're very listenable. The worst album is better than a lot of bands' best albums, so you're not gonna go wrong. But anyway, if you agree with me and Justin at how we ranked our albums, if you disagree, if you agree, whichever, just leave us a comment, give us a like, and subscribe. All those good things. Justin, do you have any words for the people?
Did you already say leave your ranking in the comments?
Oh yeah, leave your rankings in your comments. But I mean,
Yeah,
it's
let us know how you feel about this band.
right. It's obvious.
This is the ranking.
This
I
is
mean,
the
there's-
one, right? When two minds come together to completely agree, it trumps everyone else's opinion. So, suck on that.
This is a first.
Yeah, this is a first. Anyway, this was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.
Next video. Later.